Всем привет! С вами на связи Алекс из Португалии, и сегодня для моего YouTube канала неожиданный контент. Мы попросили нашего знакомого Руя из Португалии, владельца небольшого магазинчика, адрес которого я вам укажу в описании к этому видео, продегустировать 2 вина из России. Поэтому не переключайтесь и смотрите дальше.
You said this is Sauvignon Blanc?
I think so, yeah. Check. Yeah, Sauvignon Blanc. 2022 harvest.
Because in the nose don't have the aromas of the Sauvignon Blanc, the characteristics. No, now it starts to appear. It's more floral than the normal Sauvignon Blanc.
For me, it all tastes like alcohol.
Yeah.
I'm a hopeless case. Does the smell of this wine is something like similar to Portuguese wine?
No, nothing. No, not similar at all. And even with this grape that is Sauvignon Blanc, it is a very famous grape in the world.
Mm-hmm.
The origin is from France, from the Santo region, and it's planted everywhere, almost everywhere. It's not so famous as Chardonnay, but it's very famous, especially in the New World, especially in the New Zealand, Australia, United States. Even in Portugal, we have a lot of Spanish planted also. So, and it's have a characteristic that it's very interesting. If it was the classic style of the grape, especially in Sancerre, in the origin of the grape, you find the more greenish aromas. One of the characteristics is spargos. It's one of the characteristics, and spargos and citrus aromas. And if it was in the New World, especially New Zealand or Australia or United States, have more aromas like passion fruit and gooseberry also. So it's really intense, and sometimes because it has also a pepper aroma. Yeah, it's very characteristic of the Sauvignon. This is also a Cabernet Sauvignon. This is have to have this aroma of peppers, the green peppers. It's right.
Okay.
Yeah, but this don't have it. It is so interesting. Maybe it's because do you know the temperature?
There?
Medium temperature.
Like
Let's
this?
check.
Like here?
It's similar to.
No, I think it's a little bit colder. Let me check.
No.
Where exactly was this? Combine.
They don't have like 45 plus degrees, but I think
45 in
Like
Celsius.
yes.
Do you need the medium
No,
year?
the medium. Yeah.
Year, in the year, yeah?
Or
So it's
or in the summer in the winter.
something like this. So June 24 to 17.
Yeah, it's more
July
cold.
27.
It's more cold. Yeah. So no, but that was 37. No, 27. Yeah. Maybe it's because of that. It's a little bit more colder.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Sochi,
Gilgit.
Gilgit. Maybe because there is some mountains. Like
Yeah, it could be colder in the mountains though, yeah.
So but in the mouth it's more Sauvignon Blanc.
yeah.
It's more similar to the Sauvignon Blanc. You don't find that green. It's a little bit greenish in
We're
the.
not professionals.
No. It's just
I feel the bitterness here.
the
a bit.
bitterness. Yeah, I have some bitterness. But maybe it's because if it's a cold region. Maybe
Could
it's
be.
a more cold region because in the it's not common this bitterness in this grape. So it's. But it's not so intense because the grape, the Sauvignon Blanc, especially in the hottest regions, it's very intense. and sometimes it's too much. And this is more. It's the aromas are more closed. I think it's just this probably is from 23, no 22. Yeah, the aromas are really close. I think for the grape. Yeah, but if you find you see Sauvignon Blanc, but it's not so.
Like not the common.
Yeah, it's not a common because it's very easy to find the aromas of the Sauvignon Blanc, and this is just. You didn't say the alcohol. 14 and a half.
This one is 13 and 9.
It's too much?
Yeah, it's a little bit. No, it's more common. No, it's
Russian style.
maybe because in maybe it's around around 12 to. Maybe it's an obligation, just like in Europe, you have to always have to say the alcohol. Maybe you have the same legislation.
But in Portugal, I think every wine is like around 10. Yes?
No.
Yes?
10 it's not easy to find. No, more.
More?
You can have it because we are a hot country.
It's because of I know port wine. Yes, it's port wine
But
from
port-
port. It's
but-
a little bit harder.
But Porto it's different because Porto they fortified the wine, so they had it brandy. Do you know what is aguardiente? It's around 80% of. It's more than 80% of alcohol, so it's a special aguardiente to stop the fermentation, and this is why the Porto is sweet. So it's not natural sweet. So it's when they are doing the fermentation process, because if you scratch a grape, it is sweet. And the alcohol comes from the sugar from when you burn the sugar in alcohol, so it's become from the sugar. So this is why if you have a grapes more mature with more sugar, the alcohol of it will be higher.
Yeah, I understand.
See, and then the port, what they do, they stop the fermentation because it is a chemic process. When you had a high alcohol, it stops the fermentation and kept the sweetness. Yeah. So it is a different process. But here the reds now it's becoming different. So it's now finally in Portugal people are now concerned about alcohol, and we have now a few options that are more with less alcohol around 12. In between 12 and 13 we have some options between 11, 10.
Okay.
But it was very common 40, 13, 14, 15.
It's because of the weather?
Yeah, it's because of the weather, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because in Douro or in Alentejo, in the hot summer, you can during the day you can have 40 degrees, so it's it's a lot. So it's yeah.
40 degrees is a lot.
Yeah. So no, Lisbon it's more warm because we are close to the sea. But if you go to the interior, for instance, it's Alentejo, there are few areas that could almost close to 50. So it's too much. If you go to Amaro, that it's one of the hottest regions in Portugal, sometimes they have 50 during the. So you are.
Maybe in the winter.
So you have to choose even you have lucky. All the cities across the coast are more cooler. Yeah, but if you go to the interior, but it's what it happened in Douro. It's very cold. It's very cold in the winter, but it's very hot in the summer, and this is why.
This one cost around 15, I guess, euros.
So would you pay 15 euro for this wine, for example?
If it was a Portuguese, I'm not sure. if it was Portuguese, but if it was, because in Portugal we have this good thing that we can drink good wines at a reasonable price.
I understand.
Yeah, I think it's not overpriced.
Okay.
But I think in Portugal you can have it more quality at a lower price. It's not overpriced, but yeah, it's
There are just better options.
yeah, probably.
But in Russia, still it's like a priced wine because mostly everyone is paying for €7 for
Yeah, I
wine.
guess.
So
7 to
it's
10.
like not like very.
It is a little bit
A little
expensive.
bit expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even in Portugal, €15. It's not for
No,
the.
you have for €2. Not here.
Don't
but-
drink it, please. Don't drink it. It's too much chemics. But I think now it's open. The wine is open.
Yeah, the smell is different.
Now
That's
it's more
more
similar
sweet.
to yeah, it's more similar. And if you don't have, I think it's have a medium acidity, don't have high acidity. Now it's more balanced. It is interesting because the temperature higher a little bit, and I think it's more the tasting it's better, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah. It's very elegant, and now I like it more. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting how the
Yeah.
taste changes.
No, of course, it's the temperature of I think every drink. It's especially in wine. It's very important because we have in Portugal. We always drink the reds too much hot, and the whites too much cold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
I thought it only for a dish, like red for meat. and-
no, not at all, not at all, not at all. No, we have reds for fish. We have reds for meat. We have whites for meat also,
Oh, okay.
especially with the orange. Goes really well with meat
Mm.
or with the spicy food, especially curries.
Oh, okay.
It's better with an orange because curry it's very intense and it needs a wine with have structure to balance to clean the mouth.
Orange wine is like made with oranges,
No.
or it's like some kind of sort of grapes.
No. It's the orange wine. It is a wine made like a red.
Ah,
As you see, what gives color to the wine, it is the skin of the grape.
yeah,
Sometimes when if you cut a grape, in the interior it is green.
yeah,
Mhm.
yes.
There are a few, they are not green, and what you do it's to if you press the red grapes and remove the juice, it will be a white wine.
Mm-hmm.
This is why you make the champagne, the blanc de noir. But what they do, they just kept the juice with the skins in we call it maceration, and then it to get the color. And in whites, what they do, this one probably they just pressed and removed the grapes. And if you kept the grapes and the skins, the wines gets orange. With the fermentation process gets orange, and they have the same characteristics as a red. They have tannins. They are more structured. So it's now it's not a trend. Now it's a trend. It's not only in Portugal, but it's not a new thing. It's something that it's back to the past. It's all the not all, but most of the white wines in the past they were orange.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
Because
now
for me,
that.
I just heard the first time.
orange wine, yeah.
Yeah.
In Portuguese is curtimenta.
And
Oh, I heard that.
And
Curtimenta.
vinho verde, it's mostly for Portugal because we only have blanc and red.
No, vinho verde it's not a style. It is a wine region.
Yeah, but you have like wine. It's like more younger.
Yeah, I will try to explain what it happens. In fact, the region, the name of the region is Vinho Verde, and because probably the region is very green, it's and it rains a lot in the region, and it's in fact. The wines or the grapes don't mature so well that in other region. But that style of Vinho Verde, it is, for me, it's not the best style in the region. And for several years it was selling, even the region they sell it now, it just like a style. that easy drinking wine with gas, or sometimes most of the time they had it gas.
Okay.
But the classic, I will show you one because we have a producer that produce a classic. This was the classic. What they do, they just bottle the wine during the fermentation process, and they use this one to the cork not jump. And this was the old school vinho verde. So the gas is fermented natural because the wines do the malolactic fermentation inside the bottle and create gas because it's closed. And this is the classic. So the old school. And but you have the classic whites in the region. So you have this is the only one with gas. I think I don't have. This is just a normal white from the region, from Alvarinho. So if you drink it, don't have gas. It's just a white. It was something that around the world, even in Portugal, sometimes you ask a Portuguese and I'll say he says vinho verde and just like a style, but it's not a twitch. I prefer to sell it.
Not to drink it.
No, I prefer to sell the region, as a wine region, than a style. So it's this is why in Portugal we have a wine in Açores. That's the name is Czar, the name of the wine, because this I think the wine was created to sell to the Russian Czars, and the wine they still sell it, and it call it Czar. The name of the wine is Czar. It is a licorice wine from Açores. It is very dry, and salty, but they call it Czar. It is related to the Russian family. In Portugal, it's very interesting. We see, and even today I talked with the producer this morning, and he told me the culture of wine is changing in Portugal, especially in Portugal, is changing, and the cheaper wine are reducing. And what we see now, the new generation, just like in your age, they prefer to drink less but drink better.
Yeah, and I can see right now Jäger starts to drink coffee less, but better.
Yeah, it's not just wines with most of the drinks.
Most of the drinks. Yeah, I think this is have changed a little bit the culture, and we are seeing that, and we also see, especially in January, we are seeing that because now we have a world movement about the dry January, that you don't drink alcohol in January, and this is having, I think, I don't know, I'm not sure, but I think in the United States have just a huge impact now, and we even as in January we see this impact that we are very small, so
people just tired from drinking after the new year.
Yeah, I probably it's that idea. But it was something that is changing. The culture of alcohol, I think, is changing, and I think now, and I think it's a good movement. Because I always said it's better you drink a glass of good wine than you drink a bottle of bad wine, especially with the chemics they had it. It's something that I think. And even now, what we are seeing now, especially because sometimes they add too much things to the wine, and I think it's now starting also a movement that searching for better wine, better wine more pure, so with no chemics. So
everyone or just the local producers or the big
no,
mainstream
it's all
ones
around.
as well?
It's more. It's. I think it's a little bit all over the world, but it's now more focused in Europe, especially with the people from Scandinavia, because they prefer to drink better. And now we have a lot of Portuguese producers, especially with the natural guys. They are selling a lot for the Scandinavian countries because they prefer to drink more natural wine doesn't exist, but I call it low intervention wine. But it's now we are also seeing that people that are concerned about the quality of the wine, what they had it wine, especially with chemics, because now It was, I think it starts on 8th of last December. In Portugal, all the wine produced after this date, they have to edit information just like a food. You have to add. We don't have. You can have you can have the list of ingredients. They add it to the wine because the only thing. Until now, the only thing that they have to add it is the alcohol, and if they added sulfites, and the sulfites, it's probably the best thing they added to the wine because it's a preservative agency.
Okay.
Yes, because what you eat, everything has sulfites. If you eat a soda, have sulfites, more sulfites than wine. If you eat dried fruits, processed foods, everything have sulfites.
Yeah,
It is a thing that helps the wine to preserve and not to turn in vinegar.
Okay.
That's the and the problem is what they added later. Sometimes they added different things. These small producers, because they have more attention to the wine, they produce low quantities. They have sometimes they just add sulfites.
The ingredients are better.
Yeah. In Europe, it's probably the area in the world that have a lower limit. And this is, as you see, the dried fruits, French fries, frozen juices. So it's the sulfates in wine. It's not a problem. The problem is the other things. And now they changed the. It was the European Union that make an obligation. All the countries have to add it. They have to treat it wine just like a food product.
Just like any other product, yeah.
And now you add it. I think you don't need to add all the information here, but you have to have a QR code that you can scan and see what they added to the wine. They have to do the sugar, because this is very important, because sometimes they added sugar to the wine. So it's very, very important. So I think it will be good for especially for us, that we try to select a better wine comparing to the other ones.
Yeah, you have all the information.
And you can add all the information in the bottle. Yeah.
Oh, that's really great.
Let's go. Do you want it more?
Yeah, let's move on.
I'm very curious about the Cabernet. Oh, this is
Professor Vinagrada.
this is the bottling date.
Yeah, I think so.
So interesting,
Yes.
because it's not an obligation in Europe.
Interesting.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, you need to specify it in Russia.
Yeah.
I think it should be here as well. Yeah, here it is.
Oh, so interesting. Yeah. And this is from 2020.
Yeah.
2 years and a half after the. And they had you can. No, I don't have to
So,
say.
the ingredients. They just say that the grapes are Cabernet Sauvignon. And that's pretty much it. Need to translate something.
And this is a certification.
Yeah, it's a. Let me translate that as well.
You need to have this on
Government
every
tax,
alcoholic.
excise tax.
Oh, it's
Stamp.
it is a stamp. Maybe it's a tax stamp.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
And when you buy wine, you need to scan this and then this, especially this or this.
When in the supermarket?
Yes, yes. You
Oh,
need
interesting.
to scan
This
twice.
is for the price, maybe. Yeah.
This is for
This
the
is
price.
just for the
and this
price,
is-
and this one they have a separate system that controls
Yes.
alcohol regulation, so that
Oh.
it is some sort of
But you don't
certificate
pay
of
more?
authenticity.
No.
You don't pay more.
don't
It's
pay
just
more.
to confirm that
Yes.
They have
that
a full
place-
supply chain, and they know where it was
Oh.
bought,
Yeah,
when it
you
was
can-
sold.
You cannot buy if you just scan this. Only after.
Yeah, they have huge fines for this, so
Oh, it's
you
very
have to scan
interesting to know
everything.
about that one. Yeah.
So
It was just about to control
And-
the
and
quantity
cigarettes.
of alcohol that are in the market.
yes, and to reduce the number of fake alcohol so
Okay.
that fake doesn't have this thing,
Okay.
and if you sell it, it will have a falsified certificate
Yeah.
that you cannot scan.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's
And-
very interesting. And how long? It says,
I think it's been in place for
10?
more than 10 years.
More than 10 years.
oh, it's very interesting. Yeah.
But fake alcohol was a huge problem in Russia.
In
so-
Russian?
And I think we have something similar for cigarettes.
Yes, yes.
Cigarettes and alcohol. This
And we think in Europe everything is controlled, but it's not.
Not yet.
Not yet, yeah. Yeah, we should learn with this one because it even for us, it will be better. Because if you add this one, because in Portugal we are now facing, it's not a problem, but it's something that sometimes affects our business. We have a lot of people, they are not authorized selling wine, but they know they have some contacts and they like to sell wine in to our friends, and this will solve this problem.
Exactly.
Because for me to sell wine, my company has to be a specific we call it KAI, but it's the it is the activity code, and they have to be so. When I open the company, I said to the government, my company is this one, is with that name, and we'll sell this one, and but it's only thing they control, so they don't control more. But this will change the. But I don't know if the wine producers want this one.
Yeah, I think
It
it's
has to be an
additional
obligation
taxes
by
on
the
them.
government, because this will be very good for us, because it will save some problems for us. Not for me, but
In
for
general, for the
in general,
industry.
yeah, for the industry to be really better, yeah.
So the only thing it says is that it has sulfur dioxide.
That's so fine, yeah.
Yeah. And that's it. And they also mentioned that it was grown on a stony mountainsides on the Black Sea shore in the pine forest.
Pine forest?
Yeah.
Around pine forest?
Yeah.
Very interesting. Let's see. Do.
Maybe I think it's gonna be change the flavor.
What it happens, the grapes kept everything that it's around. It's
That's
very
why
common.
That's why they told
Yeah.
us this
Yeah,
story.
it's very common. We have a wine here that, do you know rosemary?
Yes.
Very close to the vineyard, they have a lot of rosemary, and you can taste the rosemary
Oh,
in the
really?
wine.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
especially it's happened also with the salt. This is why the wine from Açores have a lot of
Different,
salt.
yeah.
In Lisbon, the whites in Lisbon, it's very common they have salt. Sometimes it's because of the soil, especially in the areas that was sea. But most of the time it comes from the ocean. Or the Azorian wines, they have a volcanic taste.
Yeah.
Also, it comes from the
From the soil,
rocks,
yeah.
from the soil. So the grapes kept everything that are around. Yeah, it's very common. You have the characteristic of the grape, and then you can have more aromas that came from the environment. If the wine, it was good.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's. The color seems a Cabernet Sauvignon. It's very dark.
Is it good?
No, it's just.
Just looks like a wine.
No, it's sometimes because they just have the maceration that I told you. They have a little bit more longer. And sometimes it's just the style of. Let me see. Cabernet Sauvignon have a characteristic aroma. Let me see. Yes, this is Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah, this.
The peppery.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Cabernet Sauvignon for sure. Yeah, but probably what you see, what we also taste, probably it was the alcohol, and this is why probably because I feel this one because this have around
2020.
the alcohol
13.9.
14.9. Okay. What I feel first, it was the alcohol, because you can feel the alcohol in the nose.
Yes.
Yeah. And this is also interesting because you said 13.9. This is not common in Portugal, because in Portugal you only use 12, 12.5, 14, and in theory you can, if, for instance, if a wine have 12.5, you can lower for 12. Sometimes what you see in the bottle, it's not so correct, because they give you some
Like
kind
an average.
of average. No, it's not average, but you can go down 0.5 or up 0.5.
Oh, okay.
And this is more safe. I also see some Spanish guys doing that and some French. In Portugal, it's very rare, because this is accurate. It's 13.9.
Okay.
And in Portugal,
really
probably
specific.
they can have it. They can put 14 or 13 and a half. So and you think, because sometimes it's very different from you. Oh, this is I only have 13 now. No, 14 it's too much. But in theory, it could be 1 or 2. Yeah. Yeah, but this is very Cabernet. But yeah, but you see it is an even young Cabernet because of the color. Yeah, this is more close to the grape. But also have that bitterness also. Probably it's from the area.
I think it's just a little different, not that bitter. It's just
No, not that bitterness, but have some bitterness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say I feel more alcohol here than there. I don't know how to describe. Just
No,
completely
tell your
different.
words. Yeah.
I can see the red on the glass. So while he's drinking, the red's still on the glass.
This one. Yeah, this is the alcohol. When you see that one, there's some kind of. I think it's because I don't know. In Portuguese is viscosidade. This is the alcohol. So when you see it's almost like a tear.
Yeah.
It's the alcohol. Yeah. This is if it was a blind tasting, this could be a characteristic to see if it has
Yes. Okay.
alcohol or not, or more alcohol or not. But this for the nose, you see that it's Cabernet Sauvignon. But for me, I would not guess from which region, because I never tasted. It's my first time in Russian wine, so I don't have a wine to compare. And this is what we
But
do.
you
We
can
use.
compare with French wines.
But they are different. They are different. Because especially the most famous region for Cabernet Sauvignon is Bordeaux, and they have some similarities, but what they use more oak in there, and this I don't feel so oak that on the, and I think it's a different style from the Burgundy wines. This is why I will. This is what no, it's not a Burgundy. It's not a Bordeaux. It's not a French wine.
Of course, it's Russian.
No, but sometimes you taste a wine and you think it's
okay.
oh, it's similar to for instance, if it was a white, it was salty. For instance, salty, high acidity, high minerality, and if you see volcanic rock, you have to think, but it was a wine from Italian island or a Spanish island, or so sometimes you have you go for you have to find some
similarities and differences
So
between them.
how about the taste? The taste of this wine.
yeah. I think I think the red it's better than the white.
Okay.
And I think it's have It is a structured wine, of course. You see, Cabernet Sauvignon. It's probably one of the most studied grapes in the world. So it's, and I think it's a balanced wine. I think if the alcohol, it's not, it's there, but it's not. I think for me, I feel it more in the nose than I feel it in the mouth. But it's not for me. It's not a wrong alcohol. It's something that is. But I think it's a balanced wine. I think it's an interesting wine for.
I feel a lot of fruity aftertaste.
Yeah. This is why I never think it was a Bordeaux wine, because the Cabernet Sauvignon from Bordeaux don't have this fruit.
Interesting.
Have a little bit less fruit. Yeah, but it's fruity wine, yeah.
And the acidity, I can definitely feel it.
Yeah, but it's medium acidity also. Yeah, but this
Yeah,
is
it's-
have a
it's not
lower
too much,
acidity.
yeah.
Yeah, it's have a lower acidity than that one. And they have tannins, but the tannins are more rounded. It's an interesting wine. So it's the.
Would you pay 35 euros for this?
How much for
35.
I think
3.5?
35, 35, yeah. Or 40, after 40.
40. Okay. Let's round it.
No, it's not. I think it's not. It's not too much overpriced. I think it's. I think the complexity that the wine have. It's not. I think this is a little bit overpriced,
Okay.
and this is. I think in this quality, if it was a little bit lower, I think around 35. But I think it's not. It's not bad. I think for the price.
For 20, it's good. Yeah, very good.
No, for 20 it is an excellent. If it was 20, it is.
Okay.
This is what we want to try every day. But no, it's not. But sometimes the price of the wine, it is a huge discussion, because you have sometimes you have lots of factors that impact on the price of wine. Sometimes it's the, if it was an old vineyard and produces it produces less grapes. Sometimes if the producer aged a wine in an expensive barrel, what it costs to produce. Sometimes the price of the wine, it's not so easy to.
It's just like any brand.
Yeah.
You pay for the name, you pay for the history.
Yeah, and then you have this one, you pay for the history. And what it happens, it's not only in Portugal but all around the world. If you see a famous brand, you are more you in your mind, you are more open to pay more.
Of course.
If it was a watch or a
Clothes.
clothes,
I
so
know
it's
this.
not.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and in wine you have the same. So
Yeah, that's why WINECLICK
yeah.
costs so much.
Yeah,
People pay.
this is why the French wines are so expensive. Yeah, this is why the French wines in the world are the more expensive. So it's the story. So you pay the story.
Yeah.
It's happened the same in Portugal with wines, and sometimes you just pay the story, and the French do it really well.
Yeah, and they have a good history to
yeah.
be able to do that.
Yeah, and we have now, just to give you an idea, we have now a cognac brand that it was one of the 10 best cognac brands in the world, and it's still on the same family, and they are in business from 12/7. One,
Yeah, I understand.
so it's a long.
Yeah, long generation.
Really a long time.
You have to pay for that. So yeah,
Of course.
this is why, and in wine happens the same.
After video, we will take a picture, okay, for his father.
Yeah, he's a huge fan of
Yes.
cognacs and
Yeah.
these whiskeys.
Yeah, I'm whiskey. I don't drink, and I just a few months, 2 or 3 months ago, I had because we have we work with a supplier that represents a lot of spirits brands, And then the guy just because I want sometimes.
Can you share the final thoughts about Russian two bottle of wines?
Oh, no! It was for me. It was a discovery. So
Okay.
yeah, it was a totally discovery because I never drink. It was my first time, and it was so interesting to see because this is what I like. I like to discover new things in wine. And this for me it was a surprise. Yeah, it was really a surprise because I even didn't know that you produce wine in the sparkling. I know,
Mhm.
I really know, but wine I didn't know, and it was a surprise. And I think they are really interesting wines.
All
Yeah.
the Portuguese thinks Russians only do vodka. Okay.
I don't know, probably, but
And you think about bears, yeah, on the streets. We have a lot of bears on the streets. Yeah.
beers or
Bears, like
ursos.
yeah, yes.
No, I think not.
Because I don't think so.
No, I think not. I think
We have,
yeah, you have.
but not on the streets.
Yeah.
But
No, I
we
think-
have.
I think the main I'm not sure, but I can speak for me.
Okay.
I think in Russia, my first thought is it is cold, very cold, and snow,
Yes.
and lots of snow, and especially, and also the communism story about that. So
Yeah. Okay.
it's more on that. So it's not, but it's true. We have the idea that Russians drink a lot,
Mhm.
especially alcohol.
Mhm.
But what do you think though? It's very cold. They have to drink.
Yes.
They
That
have
makes
to drink.
sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. But it's not. For me, I don't think about that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.